And then corporate finance looks at how the company is financed. And we have the various topics to look at. The first one is the objective of the firm. So quickly just taking down this, then we'll pick it up from somewhere. We are going to look at the topic. So we have the first one is objective of the firm. Then we have objective of shareholders. Then we're getting down to objective of the firm. Okay, so this is the first one, the objective of corporate finance. Okay, so the first one, objective of corporate finance, company finance. That is the first one. Then objective of the shareholders, objective of the firm. Then we're getting down to time value of money. So these are the topics that we need to cover as much as we do. And then you get ready for the exam. Then we get into the stock valuation. Then we're getting down to after that one, we can get down to bond valuation. Then we go for the transfer of capital. Which is called also the capital structure of the business. We have this one as capital structure of the business. Then we have the other one where we are looking at capital budgeting. Then getting down to number 9, where we are looking at the short-term sources of finance, short-term sources of finance. Then you also look at financial markets. Financial markets. Then the last one here, we look at the dividend policy. So these are the topics that we need to cover as we look at corporate finance. Okay, now we can do quickly these 4 topics. Okay, where we look at the first one, what is the objective of corporate finance? I know these are theories, but we need to start from there. Okay, so that you understand this course. So the first one is on objective of corporate finance. So under this one, we are looking at, so corporate finance looks at as the 3 decisions. The first one is financing decisions. So we have financing decisions. So that's the first objective of corporate finance. Okay. So we are looking at, so here the firm should decide which mode of raising the required funds, e.g. using debt or equity. So the company can raise the required funds using either debt or equity. So they can borrow if they want to raise additional finance, or they can issue shares of common stock. So you can use debt or equity. So equity, this is the issue of shares of common stock. Then we have that with one decision, so they will decide. So the corporate simply means a company finance. So they can finance, how can they raise the required funds at the company? They can borrow, or they can issue shares of common stock. That's one decision. The second decision looks at investment decisions. So this is it where we are looking at the firm to decide in which project they should invest. Okay. So the firm should decide in which project they should invest simply by carrying out the project evaluation techniques. Okay. So here we are simply saying, so simply by carrying out project evaluation techniques such as payback period, okay, the PI, which is the profitability index, the accounting rate of return, the internal rate of return, and the net present value. So here, that is on the second decision that they would go for. All right, so the last one among the three decisions is on dividend decisions. Okay, so dividend decisions. So here the firm should decide who are supposed to get a dividend first. So the firm needs to determine when dividend is supposed to be paid to shareholders. Okay, so this is about the dividend decisions and who should get the dividend area than other shareholders. So this is on the objective of corporate finance. So we have done that one as the first topic in corporate finance in terms of the objective of corporate finance. So as we're looking at financing decision, it's a topic on its own where we're going to get down too much on questions that we're going to answer on that. Investment decision is a topic on its own. As we go further, we'll do much more calculations on that. Dividend decisions is the last objective of corporate finance among the three decisions. Let's go into the second subtopic, all right, which is called the objective of shareholders. Okay. So here, first and foremost, on the dividend decisions, before we go into the other one, preferred shareholders that get dividends earlier than ordinary shareholders. So preferred shareholders obtain dividends. So here, these ones, they obtain dividends before ordinary shareholders. So this is about what this one goes on. All right. So we're getting down to the subtopic, topic 2, as we are looking at this topic, very important topic, company finance or corporate finance, looking at how the company can obtain the required funds. Okay, so we have the second one, which is objective of shareholders. Okay, so the objective of shareholders, is to maximize their wealth. Okay, so on this one, we simply say that shareholders can only maximize their wealth if the company is making profits, because shareholders only believe in dividend payout to them for wealth maximization. So this is about the objective of the shareholders, okay, on that second component, as we are looking at the second topic in corporate finance, company finance. All right, so we are now getting down to, let's go to the other component, which is the objective of the firm. Okay, so objective of the firm. The objective of the firm. The objective of the firm is to make profits. In order to generate profit, the firm should minimize on their expenses. All right, so if the company should generate profit, they need to actually minimize their expenses if they are to generate profit. Okay, that is only the objective of the firm. So for a company to survive, they should make profits. Okay, so that's for every organization to survive or continue operating for the foreseeable, so for the foreseeable future, they need to generate, they need to make profits in order to pay salaries and wages to employees. Because if they are not generating profits, they will fail to actually raise the required funds that will enable them pay their employees. All right, so this is about this one, which is only the third topic in corporate finance. We are going to end on topic 4. So we have done, so this is an overview of corporate finance as you're looking at this course so that everyone else can know that it's a very important course, very important subject or course where you need to understand how the company is able to raise the required funds. All right, so now we're getting down to time value of money. This is a very important topic now. We need to get into computation. So topic 4, this is where issues in corporate finance begin. So time value of money. Okay, so here the concept of time value of money is that money today is better than money tomorrow because of aspect of inflation. Okay, so this is the concept of time value of money. All right, so under this one, we look at the compound interest. So here we look at the following. So in time value of money, we look at the following. Okay, first one, we consider compound interest. So compound interest we get down into annuities and the perpetuities. We also look at loan amortization. So we have these ones that we consider as we look at the concept of time value of money. All right, so let us look at the first one, the compound interest. Okay, so here we have compound interest. So interest can be compounded in the following ways. Okay, so the first one is annually. So annually, so we are simply saying the future value is equal to the present value 1 plus r to the power negative n. So that is it, only one compounding, which is annual compounding. So we have the future value of a deposit is equal to future value is equal to present value 1 plus r to the power n, not negative, just put n to the power n. All right, so this is the future value. So remove the negative there. So future value is equal to present value 1 plus r to the power n. The second one, semi-annual compounding. So it is equal to our future value is equal to present value 1 plus r divided by 2 to the power 2n. We have quarterly compounding. So quarterly compounding, you are going to say our future value is equal to present value 1 plus r divided by 4 to the power 4n. Then the last one here, we can say monthly compounding. So on monthly compounding, we are simply saying our future value of a single deposit is equal to present value 1 plus r divided by 12 to the power 12n. These are the formulas you need to know as we are looking at compound interest, where we have annual compounding, semi-annual compounding, quarterly compounding, and the monthly compounding. Just look at an example so that you understand these compoundings and the time value of money. The essence of this topic that you're looking at time value of money is that it's better somebody pays your 100 quarter now or today than 2 years from now, because the purchasing power of that 100 quarter would have reduced. What you can buy from 100 quarter today is not what you can buy from 100 quarter 2 years from now, because use 100 quarter, it will lose its value. Okay, you cannot buy anything from this amount after 2 years. Then this value we could have reduced. Okay, maybe you can get a pair of trousers at this time at 100 watts, but after 2 years from now, you'll find it's at 250 watts at the same trousers or the back of minimum. It may be 100 watts now, but after 2 years, it may go up because of inflation. An example here. Okay, so we can look at an example. Mr. Banda deposited 10,000 kwacha at the bank for 5 years at an interest rate of 8% compounded annually. Calculate the total amount Mr. Banda is going to have at the end of 5 years if interest rate is compounded in the following ways. first one annually. Okay, we have semi annually. Then we have quarterly. And then we have monthly. So let us look at this. This man may deposit how much? 10,000 kwacha in his account. Okay? At the bank. Okay. So he made a deposit of 10,000 kwacha in his bank account. You make a deposit just once, 10,000 kwacha. And then this is for how many years? 5 years. Okay. So let us look at the solution right about now. So the formulas I've given you. So we have just supposed to compute these ones and see. But I'm going to give you the different ways of how questions come. So on the solution, we are going to say our N is over to 5 years. Then our rate is how much? 8% from here. All right. And then the present value of a deposit, you made a deposit of 10,000. So what would be the amount after 5 years' time? If the interest is compounded annually, if the interest is compounded semi-annually, if interest is compounded quarterly and monthly. So you can say our future value, so annually here, future value is equal to present value 1 plus R to the power n. Our future value is equal to present value of 10,000. What is our interest rate there? Okay. Interest rate is 8%. So we can come and substitute here to get present value 10,000, 1 plus R, 1 plus 0.08 to the power n is 5. So our future value is equal to 10,000, then 1.08 to the power 5. You can get a calculator and sort out the answer that you are going to have on that one. All right. So meaning our 10,000, you can confirm it, 10,000 multiplied by 1.08 to the power 5 years. So it's going to 14,000 after 5 years. 14,000.
So it's not, yeah.
3.28. Okay. This is what is going to happen here. So after 5 years, this man made a deposit of 10,000 and he kept that money without withdrawing in a fixed account for how many years? For 5 years. So the amount is going to have after 5 years is 14,693.28 if interest rate is compounded annually. Let us see how much is going to have if interest rate is compounded semi-annually. You go to the bank and then they will give us the FD account, the fixed deposit account for annual compounding, giving us after 5 years 14,693. Semi-annual. Okay, so semi-annual compounding. So it will be future value is equal to present value 1 plus R to the power n. Future value is equal to present value 10,000, then 1 plus the rate. Okay, so this one is divided by 2. I gave you the formula. So it is R divided by 2. Okay, so it's R divided by 2 to the power 2n. So here it will be the rate is 0.08 divided by 2 to the power 2 multiplied by 5. Okay, so that is what we have. So we can find the value there. So what will be our value on the second one? So our value is going to be, our future value of that deposit will be 10,000. Then the other one will be 1.04 to the power 10. Why 10? Because in 5 years, there are 10 semi-annuals. Okay. So from January to June, we have that one semi. From July to December, another semi. So that's why it has come to 10. So there's 10 semi-annuals in 5 years. So meaning that our 10,000 on 1.04, because of division there, to the power 10, we are getting 14,802.44. All right, so we're getting down to the third one for quarterly now. Our future value got present value 1 plus R divided by 4 to the power 4n. So our future value is equal to present value 10,000. 1 plus our R is what? 0.08 divided by 4 to the power of 4 times 5. So this one by 5. So future value is going to be 10,000. Then we are simply getting the other one is 1. We can divide that one 0.08 divided by 4. 0.4 plus 1, 1.02 to the power 20. So our future value is going to give us, we can find the value after combining and computing that one. So 10,000, then 1.02, all right, to the power 20. So you're getting 14,000. Okay, so the other one was 14,802. That's how much is going to in this account. Okay, so the other one would be 14,859.47. So this is how much is going to have quarterly compounding. Let us get into the last compounding, which is monthly compounding. Based on that one, on this one, on the single deposit. Okay, so we have our monthly, which is on 4th. So this one will be present value 1 plus R divided by 12 to the power 12n. Our future value is equal to present value 10,000. Then 1 plus the rate 0.08 divided by 12 to the power 12 on it. Our n is fine. So our future value of this deposit is 10,000 on that addition. Then we can compute and get whatever we need. So 0.08 divided by 12, then plus 1, which is giving us 1. We are getting at 1.00. 6666667 to the power 60. So our future value of the deposit, so this one that we have to the power 60, okay, that one times 10,000, we are getting 14,898. So you have 14,898.457. So it's better this man goes for monthly compounding, because it's going to have the highest possible amount after 5 years. This is the highest possible that is going to have at the end of 5 years. So this is what we should go for when you're looking at this compounding. All right, is it clear so far? So you just need to pay attention to details as you are looking at compounding. So now, let us look at the example 2 before we get into annuities, because we'll be able to finish up this topic so that as we meet the other one, we're going to do bond valuation, because I started from the scratch. So meaning those other ones because of the significance of corporate finance. Okay, so example 2. So example 2. Okay, so example 2, we are looking at this. Okay, a man deposited 15,000 kwacha in his bank account, and this amount became 50,000. Okay, so it became 50,000. So he might deposit 15,000 kwacha in his bank account, and this amount became 50,000 for 5 years. Calculate the required interest rate that the bank gave this man if interest rate was compounded annually. So now here, what are we looking at? This man made a deposit of how much? 15,000 kwacha in his bank account, and this amount became 50,000 budget for 5 years. Okay. So now they're saying what interest rate, calculate the required interest rate, okay, that the bank gave this month if interest rate was compounded annually. So what we do, we are going to say annual compounding. Okay, we said we are going to have the future value is equal to present value 1 plus r to the power n. So let's check what we've been given. What have we been given? The future value is 50,000. So this money becomes 50,000. Then what was our present value? Present value was 15,000. You've seen that. So our n was what? 5 years. So our n was 5 years. So this is about what this question was all about. You get the point, right? So now, what happens here? We need to substitute here. All right. So meaning we need to find our interest rate is what they are looking for. So, so it would be 50,000 substituting, which is about present value of 15,000. Then 1 plus r, we don't know, to the power 5. Okay. So we are trying to find r now. So making r the subject of the formula. So we're dividing this one by what? 15,000 here. Even here dividing by what? 15,000 here. So meaning you can cancel and then say our value here that we're going to have to be equal to, so 50,000 divided by 15,000, which is giving us the 3.33. So 3.333 is equal to 1 plus r to the power 5. Okay. So it's from here that we can now manipulate and then find the required rate interest rate. So what do? You multiply. So you get this number. So multiply both sides at this one go. Multiply by 1/5 here. Even here, come this side and say 1/5. So that this one and this one can go. All right. And then what is going to happen is we are going to say, okay. So here it will give us 1 plus r, it will remain, which is equal to this one to the power 0.2. So it's 1.27225963. So this one is the same as the 1/5, the same as the 0.2. 1 divided by 5, the same as 0.2 here. So this one that we are getting here raised to 0. So meaning our r here is equal to 1.27225963 minus 1. So our r is equal to, so 1.27225963 minus 1, which you are getting is 0.27225963. So our r is going to be multiplied by 100, which is 27.2259%. So this is the percentage that the bank was actually giving him. All right, so the bank will give him the 27.2259%. That's the percentage that the bank actually gave him based on it without compounding. Okay, is that clear? Yeah, so you just need to go through and understand. Let's go for a subtopic called annuities. Okay, let's go for annuities. So the other one is called annuities. So let's look at annuities. So an annuity, okay, so an annuity is a series of equal payments or deposits, okay? And we have two types of annuities. So two types of annuities. Okay, so the first one is ordinary annuity. So we simply say this is an annuity where payments or deposits are made at the end of the month or period. That is one ordinary annuity. Then the second one, we have annuity due. Okay, so we have annuity due. So this is an annuity, okay, where payments or deposits are made at the beginning of every month or period. Okay, you work for a company, then you know that you have a child who is supposed to begin grade 1 in 2 years from now. So you instruct the insurance company to say, every month when I get paid, deduct a 500 kwacha per month. You get my point? So that becomes an annuity. Now, this 500 kwacha, if you are deducting 400 kwacha at the beginning of every month when you get paid, it becomes an ordinary annuity. It's where you instruct the insurance company or the bank to say, every month when I get paid, keep for me a 500 kwacha. Not where this month they keep a 500, the other month they keep a 200, the other month they keep a 100. No, that will not be an annuity. It should be of the same amount. So when you get paid this month of October, you tell them, deduct the 1,000 from my salary and keep for me. So every month, make sure you deduct at the end of it. When I get paid, I'll be getting paid through this bank. So you deduct the 1,000 from me, and that becomes an ordinary annuity. Wait, at the end of the month, not at the beginning. So that becomes ordinary when it's at the end, when you get paid. But when you instruct them to deduct a 1,000 kwacha at the beginning of every month, that becomes an annuity due. So that's the distinction between these. So this is where payments or deposits are made at the end. This will put a start. This is a very important point. This is where at the beginning of every month, you say every month at the beginning of every month, deduct a 500 or 1,000. That becomes an annuity due. Then if it's at the beginning or at the end of the month, ordinary annuity. Is that okay? So this is the distinction between these two. Now, let us look at ordinary annuity. So the first one, we look at ordinary annuity. Okay, so ordinary annuity. So here we have two types. For this one, we have two types of annuities. The first one is the PVIFA, which one is called the present value interest factor annuity. Okay, so the present value interest factor annuity. Okay, so that is the one. So the PVIFA is equal to amount 1 minus 1 plus R to the power negative N over R. Okay, so that we have that formula there. That's the present value interest factor of an annuity. So it's A amount of annuity. That formula may not be given in an exam. You need to know that one. All right. So the distinction between ordinary and annuity due, I've explained. So that we have that one, the PVIFA, which is the present value interest factor annuity. We have that one. Where A is amount of annuity, A is amount, okay, of annuity, and then R is interest rate. Then N is the number of years. Okay, so this is it, how you look at that one. Then the second one, we have the future value interest factor annuity, which is what amount, then 1 plus R to the power N minus 1 over R. Okay, so this is about what this one is. So this is the future value interest factor annuity. This one is in future value interest factor annuity. Like that one there. Okay, so let us look at an example here for this one. Okay, so a man deposits 3,000 kwacha. Okay, let me just, so 1,000 kwacha at the end of each year for 3 years at interest rate of 8% compounded annually. Required. Number one, calculate the value of his deposits today, and then calculate the future value of his deposits. All right, so we have this question here that we can do right about now together. So a man deposits how much? 1,000 kwacha at the end of each year for 3 years at interest rate of 8% compounded annually. So this question, even if they tell in an exam, is an annuity. But what type of annuity? Is it ordinary or annuity due? Because this man is making a deposit of, it's an ordinary annuity because he's making a deposit of how much? At the end of each year, for how many years? For 3 years. So it's an ordinary one, annuity. So when they say reflect the present value of his deposits today, meaning they want you to find this, the present value interest factor of an annuity. And then reflect the value of the future value of his deposits, they want you to go for that one. All right, so meaning you can now get the solution. So the solution, just like the formula that one. So the present value interest factor of an annuity is actually going to be amount, which is a 1,000. Okay. Then here 1 minus 1 plus our R is 0.08. So you see 0.08, which will give us the, I think over R at 0.08. Then we have the power -3. Okay, so present value interest factor annuity, you can sort out that one and get the required amount that we need. So what we do first, we start with this one in brackets, then that's when we multiply by what. So we just start with this one here. So this one can be one thing. So you just take a calculator, put 1 minus.
But in that initial formula, the negative is inside the big bracket.
Yes, so this one, the negative is only this one here. Okay, so the negative is -3, just only that one. What is affected is just what is in brackets only. All right, so that is it, how we go about it. So 1 minus 1.08 to the power -3, okay, then divide by 0.08, then multiply by 1,000. So we are getting 2,577.096. So this is the present value of his deposits. Okay, that is on the first one, on Roman numeral number 1. Then you get to the other one, which is on the future value interest factor annuity. We substitute that one and get the value. All right. So this is it only how we go for these. So we have future value interest factor annuity, so 1,000, then 1.08 to the power 3 minus 1 over 0.08. So we can find the future value interest factor of annuity. We can actually multiply there and get the value according to what you need. So, but we start with what you have in brackets, 1.08 to the power, so 1.08 to the power 3, okay, then minus 1, then you divide by 0.08, then multiplied by 1,000. So we are getting 3,002, so 326, so 3246.4. This is the future value of his deposit on an annuity base. So let's just 5 minutes we are taking, let's be finished on annuity due. Okay, so we end today on annuity due so that you understand how these values are actually computed. All right. So can you raise this side?
This is
Okay, so now let's look at the example 2. So our annuity due carries an extra interest. Okay, so annuity due carries extra interest. So we have the present value interest factor annuity due is equal to amount 1 minus 1 plus r to the power negative n over r, but you multiply by 1 plus r. Then the future value interest factor annuity due is actually going to be amount of annuity 1 plus r to the power n minus 1 over r, then multiplied by 1 plus r. So they carry an extra interest as we are looking at the annuity dues. So this is annuity due is where payments are made at the beginning of every period of month. So let's look at the last example here on these on the time of money that we're going to build up, so that at least you get understanding the significance of corporate finance, company finance. So example, okay. So under this one, we go back, a man deposits the same 1,000 kwacha at the beginning of each year for 3 years at an interest rate of 10% compounded annually. So required, calculate the first one, calculate the value of his deposits today, then calculate the future value of his deposits. So you need to know which one is ordinary annuity and which one is an annuity due. So this one is an annuity due because of the term beginning. So the first one, we use that formula and substitute. So we can get the solution. We are going to have present value interest factor annuity due, as we are looking at the solution here. Okay. So in the solution, we are getting the present value interest factor annuity due is actually going to be amount, which is 1,000. Then our interest rate there is 10%, so it will be 1 minus 1.1 to the power negative 3 over 0.1, then 1.1. That is an extra interest. So present value interest factor annuity due, okay, it's actually going to be, you can substitute there and get the value that you need. Okay, so that will be 1 minus 1.1 to the power negative 3. Okay, then you divide by 0.1, then multiply by 1.1, then multiply by 1,000. So we're getting 2735. So 2735.537. What is just most important is to understand the compositions of how these figures are coming about. Okay, so this is on the aspect of the present value interest factor annuity due. It's due because of the beginning concept there. So that is answers the first part of the question. So in your own time, try to see how that figure came about. So what you do, you start dismantling. This one should be the last thing to consider. You start with this one, direct, open bracket 1 minus open bracket 1.1 to 1 negative 3, divide by 0.1, then multiply by 1.1. Whatever figure you get here, that's when you multiply by that as the last figure there. Then you get the value. All right, so it's just about this, you start with, then you end with the other one. All right, so the solution part 2, as we wrap up on the future value of the deposits, the concept is there. So the future value interest factor annuity due, okay, future value interest factor annuity due is actually equal to amount, okay, 1 plus r to the power n minus 1 over r. So this is it, how you go about this. So the future value interest factor annuity due is actually equal to amount, which is 1,000, then the rate is 1.1, the power n is 3 minus 1 over, of course, here we need to multiply by 1 plus r. Okay, so this one over 0.1, then this one will be 1.1. So you can find the figure there as we get to the amount. So the formulas are the ones that you really need to understand as you move, that you understand. This is a very, very important topic that you really need to go for so that you understand the concept of the time value of money, and you be okay to apply, and then you get it. So if this one is giving us what? The future value is giving us 3641. 3641, that is the future value of annuity due. So this is about what this topic is all about. So it's a very important course, this one. Okay, this can be done in a week's time. People to understand the entire syllabus as we got corporate finance. So we end the class for now. All right, so end the class for now.
Okay, all right.